Okay, hello. I am Miguel, also known as Sir Cobb a lot because I cob a lot. And we're here at this beautiful campground in Watsonville where I'm building a bunch of little palatable cobbins. And so here with my friend Monica, or as I call her Monica Cobb. And I'm demonstrating here the concept of the palatable cobbin, right? This is, I call it the palatable cobbin, right? So this is a creative twist to a DIY tiny home. I say brown is the new green, right? So a palatable cobbin is it's a shortcut method, right? I've been doing earthen building for 30 years now, and I've done a lot of cob houses and adobe houses and straw bale. And I found of all the different building techniques that I've come across, framing with the pallets and then doing a nice earthen plaster is the quickest, most affordable. It's a really, really great way of building. So basically the pallets are like the skeleton and the earthen plaster is like the skin, right? And so, so pallets are free. I'm doing businesses a favor by taking the pallets. And they're super strong. And the space in between the pallets, of course, provides a good receptacle for the insulation. For these ones, we're using rock wool insulation, which is like it's a volcanic rock. Actually, these are the bags that it came in. We special ordered it from Home Depot. So it's a rock, a basalt volcanic rock that's been heated up, and then these little fibers come out of it, and it's much safer to touch, and it doesn't have as much dust in it. So we put that insulation right inside the pallets. Very easy. And then we do a nice earthen plaster. A couple days ago, I put these pallets in. So I have my uprights spread out every 40 inches. These are 40-inch pallets. And then put my uprights, it's actually just right into gravel, 2 feet of gravel. And then the back side will have a membrane on the back side. This will be, kind of up against the earth. And this is one of the pallets here. So this is actually a 4-foot pallet we'll be putting into the bathroom. So you can see, pallets are always missing boards. There's a gap. So you can just take old scrap fence boards and just put those right into that gap. And then you can you can get your nail gun here and just attach that right to there. Super easy. And then you can cut the end off like that. So that's going to go up here, and so then we'll put in a nice round window, a round door, and we're just going to be using the earth right from the property, right from the ground, to put on the wall. And so so this is the first hobbit hut I did. So this was framed exactly the way I did that one over there, right? So this was framed with the pallets. And then I put the earthen plaster over that, right? So that was.
These are higher uprights, right?
Not so much. The uprights were about the same.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Up for 6 feet.
Great.
And so then it has a nice lime plaster on it. So that the 3 rules to ensure a cob structure's longevity is that it needs a good pair of boots, a good jacket, and a good hat, right? So these are like the boots. This keeps the cob from touching the ground, gives it a good stable base. And then the plaster is the skin, right? A lime plaster and a lime wash, and then the roof overhang helps to protect it also. And you see this nice round door. Yeah, this is for hobbits, so we made the door kind of small. Yeah, nice round windows. So inside, super cool in here. I mean, on a hot day, it is way cooler inside, huh? So this has a nice earthen clay plaster and a clay paint over it. And Yeyen and I kind of worked together, and actually Monica here.
I was part of painting.
To do some of the final finishing. This has a little, room here for like a little meditation room, and where the couple has a child, the child can be in a little cave. And so the floor is all like stained and really nice. So you can see how nice the roof is up here. So the roof, this is all the locally milled wood that we put in there. And so
And right underneath the wood is open.
right underneath the wood is we basically did like a deck, right? So basically have joists underneath it. Now we do have a membrane underneath the whole thing also.
Under the joists too?
Under the joists.
Okay,
Actually on both actually. Underneath the joists and on top.
Ah, okay. And then you nail through the top and the
Uh-huh.
top. So, okay. Interesting.
These nice benches here, very nice and cozy. It does have like these little drainage holes here, so when it get rained on, water can just drain right down to there.
Yeah.
But they're very comfortable, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah.
They are
Yeah.
sweet looking too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the whole thing of being able to slant a little bit with
Yeah.
natural body.
Here, I'll show you this next one here. So this is the one that I just finished. So yeah, this one a little bit different. This one will the roof will be going all the way down. This will all be filled in with earth here, and so that'll just be continuous with that roof.
Oh.
And so you can see. So this is the roof
Uh-huh.
of this one. So you can walk right up.
Yeah.
We
It's
got
so
a nice little
strong.
garden up here and everything.
Yeah.
And so you can see why the structure is so much cooler down below, because it has all this earth on top. So yeah, so this, you can see this membrane. So this is the membrane, and so the earth will go right up to here. So I just did a lime wash on this yesterday. Gave this the color.
Pretty.
So love this. Love it how it looks.
Yeah.
I added an oxide. I added an iron oxide, just basically stone. It's been ground down into a powder that's been added to the lime wash. I did a lime plaster, and then I did 2 coats of lime wash over that, and I added just a little bit of linseed oil into the lime wash to give it some added water protection. Yeah, you can see the inside. So this one has another room in here. This is going to be a little composting toilet room in here. And so Yaya and I worked together to sculpt this tree. Had some other friends come and help with this. And it has this nice rainbow stained glass in here. So we can call this one the rainbow cobbin. And actually the one I'm doing now has an eagle round stained glass. We'll call that the eagle cobbin. So yeah, and it's just amazing how much cooler it is. In the summertime, this area gets really hot. So the earth walls and everything really keep this structure much cooler. And so yeah, we actually do have electrical. So we use this outdoor electrical wire that just attaches right to the pallet, and then we put the cob over that. And so we'll be putting sconces in here, and then this will be the switch. Right, we'll have some more sconces here.
And you can see electrical sockets
Right.
open on the bottom.
This is actually the first one we did over here at the camp. And so you can see the nice living roof here. And so we have a membrane on the roof to contain the earth and to keep the earth from affecting the wood. So you've got the succulents growing up here. So the living roof helps to keep the structure cooler with all that earth on the roof. And this has it's a 10-sided structure. So we have our uprights here, and then we have our pallet in between the uprights. The pallets are actually just attached right to the concrete pad that we had poured first. And so yeah, then we did a lime plaster and another color around here. I'll show you the inside. Yeah.
Pretty.
Oh, we got a lizard over here at the window.
Oh, look, yeah, a live one.
Yeah, it's live. So yeah, so great, things about these. You can do a lot of fun decorative sculpting. Embed shelves right into it. Arch out the windows. Do a little bottle star. When I do a bottle star and a cobbin, I call it bottle star galacticob. And nice stained glass that Buck found. And so again, this is considerably cooler too. This one's not as cool as the other one because the other one's dug into the hill and everything.
Right.
So, but yeah, this has radiant heat in it. So this is the thermostat here for the radiant heat flooring. So we can, have a nice warm floor. Definitely makes it easier doing a concrete floor. Earthen floors are fantastic. They're great. I love earthen floors. but this saved a lot of time. Radiant heat, so it has the PEX tubing, plastic tubing inside the earth, inside the floor, and so hot water can circulate through the PEX tubing, and it kind of goes in and then out. There's an on-demand hot water heater over there that the water can just circulate through, right? So it gets nice and hot. So it's a very efficient, energy efficient way of heating up a space that really doesn't require very much electricity to do.
And that's like 40 feet away, that water. So that's just going underground.
It'll go underground and then it pumps right through through the floor.
Fantastic.
I'm done with this one here. The plan is to take this one, move this over there and encase it in cob, and that'll be a sauna, and then we'll build another cobbin here. So we'll have 4 round door little hobbit huts kind of dug into the hill. So we'll be able to walk kind of like on like 4 hills we'll be able to walk on, you know? And so we'll have that, and then we might do another couple of little cobbins, and maybe another one over there, and we have this one. And so so it'll be a nice little hobbit hut village here, and so it'll be a great place for people to come and be inspired about building with the earth. But I do have a course. I have an online course where I guide people into the process. You're in the course where I can guide people through the process of building, a round and a square, and also a sauna and an oven and things too. So you can check that out. It's called Living Earth Structures.
Yeah.